We are live.
Raven, the GS, Joe, 1/3 of the Sam, the legend behind the technique.
We are live, guys. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitz Tech.
And I'm Raven, the GS.
I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
And welcome to your weekly dose of Watchmen. Today we have episode 6, This Extraordinary Being. Now, road to 500k, even though YouTube says, 87.5. But just for the sake of it, do the right thing, subscribe, and do all those things there. So, who wants to start this week? Angela is under influence of nostalgia, which takes us to a whole new form of showing this show, which is pretty sick.
The sickest. Did someone throw a blank check at this director and was like, go ham? Like this episode, obviously like the whole, what do we call it, aesthetics of just it being black and white, that was just a whole new level on its own. But then the way the camera was switched between Angela and whoever was it Will? Telling the story, I was like,
They're throwing the peppers.
this is a movie.
They're throwing the onions, the garlic,
Everything.
the sauce,
Yeah,
bruv,
this
everything, bro. They just
best
did the thing.
episode to date.
Yeah.
For me, personally.
No, I agree with you.
Best
bro.
episode to date.
I agree with you, bro. Like, just the fact that that's the way they chose to tell this story. Like, usually we get your typical flashbacks. Bro, these man just opened a whole new portal how to show flashbacks, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just mad. Like, it's just mad. Like, even the bit where the FBI, the Fed lady is like talking to her, she's like, yo, what? Are you going? And then, boom, like, transition. Bro, like, who's behind this? Who's waking up, peppering these things like that, bro? It's all mad.
Yeah, it's too much. I loved it.
What are you saying?
I think it's easily the best episode, but I think just the story of Hooded Justice, I think is sick because of how it ties to all the other episodes of Watchmen. Like every episode of Watchmen, they always show us a section of the TV show that has taken the country by storm called Minutemen. And obviously, if you don't know the original story of Hooded Justice, man is a black dude masquerading himself as a vigilante, masquerading himself as a white vigilante. Get me?
I didn't even know that.
Get me? So
Didn't you man know that?
Not until this episode, no.
no, I
you?
didn't know.
Oh.
I didn't know that. So obviously, I love that in reality, they actually believe that this guy who started off this whole vigilante thing is actually a white dude, and he's not like. But they've created this whole mythos around this white dude, but it's not him, fam. Like I feel like that the way it ties back into that is sick. I think the way they linked it back to just everything we've seen up until right now, I just think it all makes sense. Even that, the one part that I thought was the peakest was like them using the mind control
Jesus
thing
Christ,
to get to all the African Americans to like, you know what I'm saying, kill each other and that. But then to find out that Will had finessed that technology and is using that 100 years later to finesse them, man. That's sick. I just felt like his whole story, apart from like one part, was lit, bruv. Get me?
Yeah, it's mad. There's something that I need to ask you, man. The whole piano thing.
Yeah.
We've seen it before, right?
What thing?
The piano in the background. Someone playing the piano.
His mum playing the piano.
Right.
So in the first episode, he always goes to the cinema and watches the movie, and his mum
And
plays
his
the
mom's
piano.
playing the piano. Right. Oh, so that's part of the flashback because it's in the memory.
Yeah. So one of the other things that I thought was super sick, besides this being a flashback, but it's flashbacks built into flashbacks, like, is what you're saying. So man is walking down the street, sees the police car with the white dudes
That
in it,
was mad.
has the conversation with them. This is one flashback. But when they drive off, there's two black people tied to the back. That is
Not
not
present.
that is not right then. That is another flashback. And they show that by the different colours. And then they show the mum on the piano in a whole different set of colours.
Yeah.
Like showing where the nostalgia, like where the current events remind him of things back then. Like he's getting asked to go for drinks. I'm saying antagonized by these three white dudes, and it reminds him of the riots.
Yeah.
That's why when the car drives off,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
sees two black. Like that's.
Inception,
It's unlimited. It's
Inception.
unlimited pepper, bro. It's unlimited pepper,
Inception,
fam.
yeah.
Get me?
Inception, for sure.
I just thought that whole design choice and all of that was sick, and it was all legit, fam.
And even then with the whole Minutemen TV show, so like you said, they never knew man's real character. So it was a black guy, they think it's a white guy. But in the show, they've seen the episode where man goes into the shop, trying to stop the robber.
Mm-hmm.
But what actually happens is that this guy stopping the KKK goes into the shop and the owner's trying to kill him. And
Right.
he breaks out. I'm like,
Right.
so who's writing this episode to rewrite history? Fam?
No, see, but
Because that's what it is, fam.
But
Like,
it's-
that's what history is, bro.
Fam,
Like, you
fam.
rewrite it.
this is the and
By the victor, right?
fam,
Listen, and this is the thing about like history. It's
Mm.
all about marketing, fam.
Mm.
Like whoever has the best marketing is writing history, bruv. And that's how it goes, bruv. Like
I
it's
thought that was magic.
fam.
Bro.
And that even leads back to we're talking about the Minutemen TV show. Maybe we will find out that when he joined the Minutemen, they're the ones who sold the rights to the TV company that are now producing this. And what did Super Mr. Marvelous or whatever say to him, bruv, you're white, fam. Just be white while you're here, cover up.
That's it.
Get me? So when they sell the story, obviously Hooded Justice is a white dude.
Mm.
And that's the part where you're talking about, I thought was sick. But the thing that I think is sicker is the episode where he's in the police station and they're like, take off your mask,
Yeah.
let us take a picture of you, and then we'll burn it when after all of the blackmail thing gets done. Now, that to me is sicker because that's 100% fiction. Like, that's not real at all. The scene you're talking about, there are parts of it plucked from reality.
Yeah.
But this is 100% a lie that these men are now marketing to the universe like, yeah, we had a picture of him. Like, we know it's this white dude. We know it's him. We've got a picture of his face. Come on, G. Like, that's all of these parts were sick, fam. You get me? So, but Ultra Rage watching this episode. This is definitely one of those episodes that reminds me of movies like 12 Years a Slave. I can't even think of them right now. What you know what kind of movies I'm talking about?
Django.
Not really Django, because Django's more of, I don't know. Django's like a bit more, you know what I'm saying? They take it somewhere else with the whole thing. But 12 Years a Slave, even I'll throw Pursuit of Happiness in there. Like, get me? All of these kind of mad emotional movies for me, like, that I think are peak. So it's not the scene where man gets beat up by the officers. It's like the walk after, innit? Like, where, so obviously a hangman on the tree, cut man down, they tell man to stay out of white folks' business. Like, that's all peak to me. That's all peak, yeah? But like, I've seen stuff like this before. It's just the walk man takes after, yeah? Where I want to know, like, what's going through his mind. Like, bruv. Like, the moment in between him, the police officer, you know when everyone's getting a police badge?
Yeah.
And the white lieutenant or chief passes him.
Walk past, man. Yeah.
Not before the black dude puts the badge on him. You see that? Those moments there when his face turns and he's like, those moments there to me are peak. Because it's like, where does your mind go, fam? It's not even today, but in them days, where does your mind go? When you're like, bruv, I'm the only black brother in the police academy. I've done it. Like, you feel like for a second like you've made it. And then that walking past, man, brings you back to, nah, man ain't made it. Nah, bruv. Like, I'm in a whole different scenario, fam. Do you get me? So I think those moments for me are just ultra peak.
Well, jumping on that, there's the bit where the shopkeeper commits the arson and it's like, yo, what do you want? Like, boy. And then man arrests him. It's like, what? Are you man gonna believe me or this black cute? Like, bruv.
I don't do that, fam.
It,
I'm being serious.
I
Don't
know,
do it. Nah, don't throw that up.
When
Don't
that
do it.
man started doing those signs,
Yeah.
What?
But you don't do it, fam, please. I'm being like, just allow it. Like,
That was all mad still.
what's the sign? What's the sign?
Nah,
Like
fam,
that.
Devil
bro.
was saying.
Nah, bro. Allow it.
No, but it's like supposed to be like a.
It's a cyclops,
Cyclops.
bro.
I don't
That's
know.
all mad. So,
Yeah, man. Like that just shows like. But then with what you saying, like the walk, but then that's what then determines him as a hero, because then he just sees two white couple getting mugged, and he makes that decision. Man could have easily just kept on walking, like, oh yo, man, dead is like, it's none of my business, innit? Like, I've been told to keep out of white people's
But
business.
this is what I'm saying about the walk, fam. Because in this, like, bruv, 10 minutes ago, man was dead, bruv. In his mind, he was dead.
Yeah.
And in that 10-minute walk he takes, instead of I'm done with this, instead of quitting his job, instead of thinking, F these white people, I'm not helping them, man, like, just switches on a different, like, what is going on in man's mind, bruv? Because that moment happens to 98.8% of other people, and they're finished, bruv. They're seeing the alley and they just keep walking. And it's like, it was like, even before he got there, I just knew, I hadn't even clocked that he was Hooded Justice, but I was like, he's gonna put this mask on and do a madness. Like, I knew the mask was the thing. And then when I seen it evolve into this brother's Hooded Justice, I was like,
and that brings you back all the way to the beginning to the interview by the two feds.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're just like, oh,
that's this brother.
Shit.
It was peak.
Oh, you're not what? Yo, black, but how did... But then that point I'm thinking, but wait, I say all this time I've seen you on, whether it's the movie or here, I said I know part I see like some like Angela, like she puts the black I don't know, paint across her eyes. So how, who, what? But then later on they kind of show like, oh yeah, if you want to be this person, you gotta be white, and the wife just peppers the thing up, like, so it's just a whole full circle, innit? Like,
and one thing that's mad to me as well, in all, I want to say 6 episodes, up until finding out that man is Hooded Justice, I didn't care for Hooded Justice at all, you know.
no one did.
Like, not at all. But the thing is, I do think there are some people, like, if you read the novels or read the comic books or whatever, I bet you that, like, Hooded Justice has done some crud back day, or maybe they even know. Jump in the comment section. Like, I actually want to know if you knew prior to this episode that Hooded Justice was actually black from novels or whatever. Let us know. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there are Minutemen comic books. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but up until that point, I didn't feel no way about Hooded Justice. I was even like, I was more so down on him because I was just like,
I thought he was just a regular guy like everybody else.
Yeah, I was just thought like it's just just being a vigilante because he wants to be. And then obviously I think you see him in the Watchmen movie. He's the brother who saves Laurie's mum from the comedian. But even with that, man really didn't. Yeah, it was just like, you was just there at the time and you did the noble
That's
thing.
It,
you
like,
get me?
he gets what, like maybe 5 minutes max, and majority of the time he's in the background with the crew.
That's it.
Now the thing that's peak is obviously that link there, Hooded Justice saving Laurie's mum from getting raped by the comedian, could play a factor later on in this season when, like, obviously these are all gonna come to a head. Like Laurie, come on, bruv.
The link.
Oh,
Come on, my God.
Come on, bruv.
I didn't even.
Come on, bruv. Fam, like that's
God.
That's gonna come round full circle,
All
fam.
right,
That's all gonna come round full circle. So, bro, it's
family
just
ties,
bro. This was the maddest episode of, like, I think any kind of superhero show I've ever watched.
Same.
Easily. Just because, like, not even just on a race tip, but just the story, how it was shot, all of it. Like, it's mad.
Yeah.
It's mad.
I was gonna say like 2 things. Obviously, like the way it shot. I like the way it broke through, like the shot window, and it stops.
He did the.
I was pissed when that happened, you know.
Why? Like the whole blinking thing.
I was mad.
And you see Angela's eyes.
That was sick.
Yeah.
So the scene's sick.
Yeah.
But when it broke through, I was like, why are you trying to bring me out of this? When her husband showed up and was like, oh, you're Angela Aber. I was like, shut up! Be Will! Be Hooded Justice! Be Hooded Justice! Bro, I was fuming!
Watching back in the...
Yeah, fam! Bro, I was fuming, bro. I was fuming, bro. I was fuming.
It's so true. I like the way she closed her eyes. She's like, nah, I ain't done yet. Suck me back in.
Yeah.
Was that a personal choice? She was like, no,
definitely.
I'm not done with this.
Nah,
like,
she had
I need
to
to go back into...
We need to know what going on.
I think she personally made sure she was like trying to go back to sleep.
Right.
So she wouldn't wake up. Because it wasn't he getting colour the more she looked at
Yeah.
So I'm thinking she was getting brought back to life kind of thing.
Their stomach pumping her and that.
So she's definitely going to come back.
Crazy.
Second thing is, Looking Glass told us that he suffered, like the commissioner or whatever, suffered all the way through until he got hung. But now we found out that man mind controlled him to hung himself. So was Looking Glass lying then?
I don't know if Looking Glass is lying because you don't actually know what that mind control thing does. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, mentally, it could be impairing man the whole time, innit? So, but, bruv.
Or did he know she might eventually hit the drugs and make up this whole story himself?
I mean, but Looking Glass didn't know that she would take the nostalgia.
I mean,
and
like, Will.
Will not.
Yeah,
what?
obviously he left it for Angela, right?
Mm.
Obviously they're like drugs, so maybe he made up his own story.
I'm lost now to what you're talking about.
What you're saying is that premeditated. The pills are premeditated.
Thinking.
So when she takes it, she now like it's because instead of them two sitting down and having a chat, it's like, nah, here's the thing, go away, ingest these, and then now you know what going on. Is that
rather than because there's two conflicting stories now. Either he's made up his own memories of what happened of that event, or Looking Glass is saying this, but it doesn't add. Like something's not adding up.
Maybe that's just a mistake by these man. Like,
or maybe just to add fire to this whole conflict.
I don't know, bro. It just seems like, I don't know. Like, it's such a minor thing. Like, oh, he struggled the whole way through. But man got hung, fam.
Yeah, but
they do this exactly.
But this that's the thing. It's the minus thing, but the minus thing, the repercussions of that, bro. Like
it's
we've
gonna
seen
come
in
back.
this show, bro.
And how would they like? But that means the issues with Looking Glass, fam. And he up until that point, he's not done any like.
So that means it's with Will. That means he's trying to tell her something that is not true. He's lying to her. Like, maybe the commissioner wasn't that guy about, oh, my granddad was a...
He was, though, but we already had the evidence of that.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, he's fabricating something. Someone's fabricating something. Like, one is a lie.
I believe Will, fam. I believe Hood of Justice, fam.
Because this comes back to the whole Lady Truth about how she put memories now. We know that it's Lady Truth making the pills. So she put these pills also in her daughter about, I've walked how many miles? I can feel it on my feet.
Well, not necessarily. If you not necessarily put the... She's never listened to put those memories in her. We don't know with the daughter thing. Because if it's a clone of her, she could just have the memories. Or maybe she's just testing nostalgia on her. Maybe. But no.
Stress.
And that's what I mean, like,
stress.
If you can make the pills, that means can't you make what you see?
You don't know how they're making the pills.
I know, but it's
no, but didn't she say like it's by extracting memories and then putting them in the pill?
I mean, obviously, if you've got the technology to extract memories, maybe you can tamper.
You can also,
but why? But bruv, why? Like, and Angela's the main character, fam.
Lies. Fabricate wherever you want.
Why would Granddad be trying to manipulate his granddaughter? This is what I'm saying. These men are on the same side. If there's manipulation here, it's gonna be too much. To
win her over. If Vandal, like, man.
Why would he need to do that, fam? So what? Okay, so alright. So what is your perception of what happened that night? Obviously, man laid out the trap. Cars busted. So he didn't use the mesmer thing. What did he do? How did he get him on the tree?
Well, obviously we know he walks, so maybe he can lift 200 pounds. Like, you got out the cuffs real easily. So like,
because that's another thing as well. Because on that shot, you see whatever his name is. Puts the noose around the tree, walks up to it, puts the noose around his neck, but then who's lifting that up? Because that box wasn't that tall, fam.
He said he did it. I believe him, bruv.
This is what I mean, like, she still believes his man's in a wheelchair. Bruv, but we know he can walk.
Man said first episode, this dude's got powers.
Yeah,
bruv.
we know, but...
I believe that still, like, get me.
There's confliction there. I just want to see how, like I said, I just want to see how this all pans out now.
Exactly. Next episode.
You gotta keep doing this.
Or maybe maybe they will even touch. I don't know. Maybe we'll wait like 2 episodes. Just.
Also, another sick thing that these men have done is they left us on a cliffhanger last episode with Looking Glass. Them man running in the house. Man does not care at one bit.
But this is what I'm saying.
Care one bit about that anymore.
Maybe you wait 2 episodes for you to find out what's rough.
Next episode we're going straight back to Looking Glass. Yeah. Straight back to man. But
I
love that, and I think this is what's sick about them is because like every episode we're kind of focusing on a new character.
Yes.
It's like a new character's episode, and that is just legit. Like obviously we know who our main character is, and all of these things are happening around her, but we're getting such a deep look into the, like. Bro, this episode, could legitly be a movie, fam.
Yes.
Like, legitly, bruv. Like, you bang another, 40 minutes on the end, fill in a couple tings here, bruv. Ah! Madness, bruv.
I told you they threw a blank check at the director and was like, go ham.
Like,
Do your thing.
I don't
Get
know,
all the cameras you need. Every single producer, everything. Just.
But I think with everything that's pretty practical as well, bro. It's not like, you know, you gotta get a bunch of animators to do this. I think everything's just practical. But it's just execution, man. I don't think you need a crazy budget to do these things, you know. You just majority of this is just pure good story. What?
I was just gonna say, yeah, whoever's idea it was for the gun to run out of bullets and for man to strangle that brother with a wire, I commend you.
This is what I mean.
I commend you. In fact, you know, I commend you for another thing. For the guy getting shot in the back who was running, for him still being alive and then getting headshot. Like, you did subtle things in here that gave man so much pleasure, bruv. Like, when he walked into the building, I said, oh, yeah, these men are going to get it.
Why are you
But the first, and do you know what I loved as well? The sound of the gun. They had, you know, they peppered the gun sound to be like that old, like, it sounds dusty when it shoots. So you might watch it, but it's just, clap, and when it hits the head top, bruv, it just explodes. Boom! I loved it, fam. They did all them man, and then that last brother just getting choked up.
Okay, just for a disclaimer now.
Disclaimer, the Cyberns do not promote. Nah, man. No. Man don't promote strangulation of KKK members. You can do that disclaimer, fam.
I'm not, that's not my, I'm just saying.
The Cyberns don't promote strangulation.
I
don't even know if that's true.
It's your views, man. It's your views.
Oh, sorry.
Views
That's
not the Cyberns.
There you go. So, the views of Joe are all his own. Get me, fam.
Guys, jump in the comment section below and let us know your thoughts on this. Jesus Christ. This guy mad. On this episode, is this your favourite Watchmen episode?
Don't ask them these. That's a Sam question, bro.
Is it the whole, you know, best superhero episode you've ever seen? Execution. And, you know, fill us in a bit more on the information about the Minutemen and Watchmen. With no spoilers, of course. But other than that, see you guys next week. I'm Raven your GS.
I'm Sam, Mr. Blitz Tech.
Joe on Further the Cybernerds.
And don't forget, you can get hold of this on Audible apps. Go figure. Just go on your phone, wherever you have. Just type the Cybernerds and it'll pop up. And if it does pop up, which you should do, just write a review and leave a rating so we can be found elsewhere. Peace.